What's going on, guys? Want to welcome you back. Listen, try to stay with me here, but if every archetype within Marvel Snap was an ice cream flavor, then we'd have a pretty sick-looking creamery, right? We'd have awesome flavors like, I don't know, blueberry bounce, maybe ongoing Oreo, discard double fudge. Damn, I could go for some discard double fudge right now, but besides the point, destroy is our vanilla, right? You don't mess with vanilla. You can't mess with vanilla. But today, screw that, because we're going to be going full stupid as a Tuma of all cards. On Tuma, a card that nobody played, got himself a nice little buff in the OTA. A huge buff, and today we're going to have a fresh new topping to an otherwise boring flavor with today's decks. Now, pardon the interruption, guys, but today's video is brought to you by the perfect snack, my perfect snack, in fact, in Chomps. This is my go-to snack to get easy, convenient, awesome loads of protein, about 10 to 12 per stick, and they're loaded with nutritional value. On top of having, like, solid flavors, you've got jalapeno beef, and then you've got original turkey. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, I typically miss breakfast or lunch every now and then because I'm either on the go with my kid or I'm making Marvel Snap content and I'm not able to go down and always get a good meal. And so Chomps is great because I'm able to get easy protein, the 10 to 12 per stick, but on top of that, good nutritional value. I can eat a good amount of them. They're not messy. They're easy to pack, to take on the go. And so that's been the best part of them for myself as just a great snack, which, like, I want to dive into that a little bit more because for me, when I'm traveling, if I'm like surfing or if I'm on an airplane going somewhere like for my content, it's just good to have something that I can stuff in my backpack and just have ready to go and not have to think about it or just spend a lot of money somewhere else. And ultimately, I'm just crazy about spicy things too. So for me, the jalapeno flavor is my go-to. And I actually want to know from you guys, are you more of the original turkey kind of people, or do I've got some spicy fans? Let me know down in the comments below. So guys, if you're looking for the perfect snack to pack in protein and that just tastes great, that you can eat anywhere, go ahead and check out Chomps. Again, big thank you for them to sponsor today's video. It's honestly one of the easiest I've ever done because I eat them all the time. And so it was an easy one for me to recommend to you guys. If you want to see more, go ahead and check out the link in the description down below. And again, another huge thank you here for Chomps. Let's get back to the content. We have Destroyer of the Seas, and we've got two different deck builds for you guys today. And I wanted to go with the all-in kind of Nimrod route with a bunch of alternative plays. This deck was a ton of fun and caught like a lot of people by surprise. And essentially, it's exactly what it seems like. We're just trying to destroy pretty much everything, right?
Someone cooked here.
Now, we've got things like Wolverine and X-23 that can be destroyed both by a Tuma, but also the Carnage and the Venom and obviously the Destroyer. But on top of that, we have a lot of really cool ramp playlines. So Electro on 3 is fantastic if you have Hobgoblin or Nimrod in hand. Nimrod obviously being one of the best options to play down early here. You can play a Tuma either early if you don't ramp with Electro, or you can go with the crazy play of Nimrod into a Tuma, and then you can do things like Arnim Zola the Atuma that puts 2 down, and then it destroys a Nimrod that sends clones, and they can send more clones. Obviously, a very simple playline is just going into Shuri, into Nimrod, and then choose your poison. Destroyer on one lane by itself, maybe a lane that you had some other stuff stacked up on, so now that he doesn't destroy all that. A Galactus if you're feeling pretty confident there, or you play the Hobgoblin. Maybe Nimrod's already been destroyed by a Carnage or the Atuma or a location, then you can Arnim Zola that. Or you can go with the big turn 6 play of Carnage and Venom and even Atuma now to spread the Nimrods all around. This deck's great because we have 2 ways to ramp via X-23 and Electro. And I'm telling you guys, I got a favor. And the only prescription is Galactus lately. And with Nimrod, this finally feels like a build that is just kind of consistently fun for sure. And I'm winning a good amount. You guys know I'm all about flexibility. So if you want to go with the super greedy version of this deck, feel free to go ahead and throw in Magic and Wong. And what you're doing is just going for the Wong, Shuri, Nimrod, Chaos. And maybe throw in a little bit of Psylocke in there too to ensure that you can ramp out properly. That thing is absolutely wild. Altogether, ton of fun here. Really enjoyed Atuma's new build. But on the other side, Destroyer is still kind of up in the air if he's worth having in the deck. So another way that you could play this deck is going with 2 great 1-drops in both Nova, which is obviously going to help spread power, and Nico, which is great to get the draw going or make copies of cards. And this one does have the Magic build with the lower Destroy cards. However, what I like with this one is we've got Daken, who can benefit off the Nova. You can also have the Shard destroyed by a Tuma. And with the ramp route on this one, it's going to utilize the Null and Arnim Zola approach, as well as the Nimrod if you want to go that route. So Definitely a lot of cards in the Destroy archetype that you probably haven't messed around with a lot. And I do think it's a new kind of surprise deck that is going to make its way. I don't expect it to have a crazy win rate, but it's by far surprising and definitely the most right now because it's, you know, fresh. Alrighty, we have 6 here, and we do have our Electro ramp into the Nimrod Destroyer route. Alright, so we have a Hood. A Hala is interesting. Doesn't do much for us. Can't do anything yet. We're just going to hang out. This is super advantageous for us because we can sneak in there. So we're gonna snap. I feel like we'll snap. We'll play Electro here in the middle. Then we've got our Nimrod we could play with Destroyer, amongst other things. But we're definitely going to go just Electro Tuma mid. But we can also go Nimrod. So we have a couple play lines here. Interesting. Very interesting. So we want all this to get destroyed, obviously. I think we just Atuma this. Look at this. Great use for Atuma here. I know we're not Nimrodding. I did use that term. But this is probably fine. Let me think what else we might want to do here. Nah, this is definitely it. Because next turn we can go... I mean, I guess we could go Shuri here. Right? Then we play Nimrod. Then we either play Destroyer or the Venom and Carnage route rather than just getting rid of this because we really don't care about the -3. It doesn't do much for us. I think that's the route we're going to go. This guy's looking at my deck right now like, what's going on here? All right, so we were up by a whopping 1 there. It's okay, guys. We're going to manage. That way we can hit the Nimrod here. And then we can play Destroyer. He's probably going to move this Nocturne anyway. So we're fine with that. There's like 9 plays we could do here, guys. But let's just go with the obvious one. Okay. So this ought to do it, right? 12 over here. We're adding like 26 over here. This ought to do it. We still have the Widow's Kiss or whatever, but that's fine. We clear so much mid, too. All right, here we go. Nocturne into Sacred Timeline, into Magneto.
The future.
New Destroyer patch literally today. And there we go. All right. Good stuff, man. I like that there's a couple play lines. Probably not even the most optimal one because I was anticipating Loose and Hala, so then I was going to go with like the Venom, the Carnage, the Venom, the Destroyer, all that stuff. We didn't need to. Central Park gets rid of kind of Galactus, but we have some ways around that if we want to. Go to throw X-23 here. Okay, we have Washington, D.C. We do have Electro. We're going to snap. He likes his chances because he has the Dazzler. He's got some squirrels. He's feeling great. He's feeling squirrely. But we're about to switch sides with the Electro and ruin this guy's entire day. Does he retreat right now? Or does he go to the end? We can play the Nimrod now, obviously. Because of the squirrels, it makes a Tuma not work, really. So we're going to go with Nimrod here because we're going to play the Destroyer over here, right? And that gives us a couple of options. Okay. Alrighty, so do we want to play... I think we just play Destroyer now, yeah. And this is where, like, we keep this lane because that's our best play. And then we go with this. And then we can then do the Atuma, potentially. All right, he goes Jeff into Pim Arrow. X-23. Okay, so we're at 23 right side. So we have to kind of hope that this does its job here. But I think this is going to be our play line. This is not going to be an easy, like a certified dub. But I think we have a shot here. I'm just trying to think if we want to go Tuma in another lane or not. This is probably the play. I definitely didn't math this out at all, guys. None. Zero. So right away, that's, you know, what some would call a bummer.
Enough said, bub. There's no strings on me.
That fills out, so that's going to beat us, except that does spread. Oh, we tied, then we go up. Oh my god, we won! This is just your a card with less power, so that was a 50-50 that we clearly won. Yo, listen up. I had no right to win that game. Yo, Kamar Tosh with Shuri. This is about to get ridiculous. We also have Galactus to mess around with. In fact, this is a snap.
Oh, snap.
Because we have Rickety Bridge that we can play Galactus into. This is just going to be Shuri into Nimrod into double, double, double. Play this. He's not going to want to play here. Our Nimrods go there. It's a win. If he stays, we get a guaranteed free 2 cubes. Like, it doesn't matter what he does here. I guess he could leave something here. Oh, this is also crazy. Okay, well, there's a lot happening here. I mean, we for sure want to do this. Then we want to do this. The Nimrod goes down. This is typically when the retreat happens, right? He sees this, and this is typically when it happens. Don't get rid of my, Hold on now. Hold on now. What are you doing? We're fine. We got the Carnage. Okay, hold on. Hold on there, cat. Slow down there, tiger. Need you to slow down. We have Rickety Bridge, though. Yeah, look at this. This is ridiculous. Okay, we're good either way. I got a little nervous there. I was sad about my Galactus. We don't even have to do anything else. This is just the play. Do we do this to ensure that there's 2 of these? Yeah, for sure. Yo, he's going all out.
Enough said, bub.
Okay. Please. Hit a Nimrod.
Apocalypse.
Please hit a Nimrod. No, come on. Dude, it's the best chance ever. Don't... Why does this game hate me? We could have had a Nimrod party going on. Instead, we've got this shenanigans.
I am reborn.
I mean, we're gonna win either way. Like, we're like way more than good. But I wanted to see this guy, like, playing a gambit with 224 Nimrods. That is the craziest unhinged everything that I've ever seen.
Said, bub.
All right, we got all 3 lanes. Oh, okay. Okay. He got up there on that right lane, but we still got it. Alrighty, so we take the dubs there with
Victory.
with just a standard play. Lots of Galactus. Didn't need them, and we were good to go. All right, so we have Mirror Island with X23. Mirror Island's insane for the Wolverine and Nimrod action if we can manage that to happen. We got Venom as well, and there it is. Oh my God, we're loving this. So this is like the perfect play line, right? So if this guy retreats or not. We've got Venom to ramp up to get the Nimrod down early, and then we can manipulate that to go kind of crazy. That's a little annoying, but he's playing discard, so like we don't care. And Dracula's actually the best thing we could get there. So I think eating this is by far the best approach. I want to snap, but I also just want to show what we're going to want to do here.
You are mine.
Perfect. Get the ramp going.
Said, bub.
Beautiful. We do have Galactus if we want that. We could go with Shuri into Nimrod, into like, I don't know, Galactus middle. But I don't love that. I think we'd rather just get the Nimrod out now. The only problem is with this being on 5, it might just be better to do this anyway. We ramped up. It'll build up by 1, but I think I'd rather just the build up here. Nah, we'll go with Nimrod now. Because we have a couple things we can do. He goes Drac. I guess we could technically just Galactus if we want to. All right, so we can go with our own Dracula that does just about nothing. Shuri here. Sure, okay. This seems interesting, although we just kill our Venom completely. We're going to go with Shuri here by the slim chance of priority gaining, pretty much. Which is now out of the question. Oh, there's a couple cards. Okay, yeah, get rid of Dracula. We're fine with that. All right. Oh, it's the Hobgoblin. Would have loved Destroyer or Tuma. I guess the Tuma would have picked one or the other here. So, like, do we think he plays here? Maybe. If he doesn't, we have to, guys. I mean, this is always the content play. Yep, always the content play. Awesome. He Modocs.
I am reborn.
Great stuff. Great stuff. And whenever you overthink it, you lose. Instead, you just play Galactus, right? And what you do, you destroy the first Nimrod, spreads over, you get 2 copies. He does have the Apocalypse. Won't matter because we, have the Wolverine, but also putting out the big love there. So, things are going well. Haven't had to use the Destroyer or the Atuma, but that's fine. That's not really the whole point of the deck. We're just trying to see what all we can do. We lose 1 Nimrod, but that's fine. And there we go. Man, I've been doing a lot of Galactus lately. I just noticed.
Victory.
Am I going to get in trouble for that? Oh, hello, Triskelion. We'll make it work. All right, they're going to go Echo. We already had the Galactus too. Ooh, could you imagine? I think anything here is kind of good. Man, we have to play a card to get a card, but then we... Valentina? Okay, we're going to hope this just plays our Galactus for us in the middle, or even Hobgoblin, Nimrod. There's a couple good stuff here. Tribunal's interesting. Mobius. Well, hello, Shuri's Lab, and hello, everything that we need, right? Do we even need to draw? I guess it wouldn't hurt to, but we want to have some destroy options. So I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to snap. Really wish I had my Electro, though. I'm not going to lie. Oh. Hold on. Now hold the phone. Do we think he plays here? He kind of has to, right? We're definitely shipping this. Like, we're going to ship... There's a lot we could do, but we're shipping the Hobgoblin. We love that he waved. We could have gotten away with the Galactus. We did not. All right, now we have... Oh, my gosh. It's just all so good, right? It's just all so good. He's definitely going to try to play as much as he can. Is this just as easy as, like, this? Although then he has priority, and it makes it, like, tougher for us. Let's go Nimrod here. We're going to do anti-Galactus. He thinks we're going Galactus. We're not. We got a nice little 14-power Nimrod there. He has 12 on that lane, and here we go, folks. Here we go. So we can go with this. This will but this is at the end of each turn, so that only gets rid of it once. But we do put a hefty 20 power there. We could just play Destroyer. That's also... Like, I feel like a Destroyer here is all but winning. Keep in mind, we're getting power from this, so this is only 12. I think we're just going to attack his biggest lane. So we're going to abandon right, because that's the lane he really thinks that we're going to go for. We're going to hope that 10 can hold the line over here for 15, which it does, so that's cool. So yeah, he went all in on this right lane, which I had a feeling he would. We're not even going to Galactus that. All's good. Have that lane, and this is the new Destroyer letting us keep the 3, and then 12 power had to hold the line there. We go up to 29. And we get the win. All of this, every single play, because this is such an idiot-proof deck, right? Like, didn't do the optimal play line, doesn't matter. It just did throw down big boy right here. Alrighty, guys, so we got turn 1. Great Web definitely makes things, I don't know if the word's fun, but it makes things interesting. We can go Carnage now. We don't have our, Nimrod. It might be worth just doing nothing right now, even though we have the Carnage. We're going to kind of chill out and see what we want to ramp up to potentially. Cloning Vats is massive, obviously. We can now do the Nimrod action. We have a lot of good things going for us now, especially if we just play the patient game. I think, though, Carnage now is probably worth our time. Although we're just going to probably just Shuri anyway. We would get another Nimrod, then we could just play, like, Destroyer and then spread all those. That's the same as just doing what we're doing here, I guess. Let's go and do that, actually. Because then we get a little bit of a Carnage high up, too. Alrighty. probably Sandman deck, which I think is ultimately fine, right? Because he's going to Ultron, but we're going to have these Nimrods to go ballistic on him. Let's get our Nimrod down right now. Now, Great Web's going to move stuff to the middle, but I don't think that's too problematic. All right, we got Nimrod down. He's going to go Super Scroll. We're fine with that. Nimrod gets moved to the middle. So at this point, if we just put Nimrod here, we could play Destroyer on either lane and kind of have these go willy-nilly. I think that's going to be the way to go. I can't believe I just said willy-nilly. Yeah, we're going to go that route. He's doing the same thing. We both don't want to mess with the Great Web shenanigans. He's going to go Ultron. We are going to go Destroyer, and this is about to be a lot of fun. He's snapping, and we go first. So technically, don't we just play Galactus and win? Like, there's literally nothing he could do. Why would he snap on that? Like, no matter what, we're going to win this. This is incredible. I mean, I'll take it. We'll take the free win. We go first. Galactus, everything of his dies. The whole thing. He counter-snapped us. We love to see it. Didn't even have to use a Tuma. And we're good to go. So we got the W there. This is interesting. We had Destroyer. Like, this is what's great about it is you have, you know, you've got the options with this deck. Like this one where our opponent just has the Mokari that plays down. That's actually amazing.
Victory.
And, all right, there you guys go. We got ourselves the dubs, and we had some good priority there, too.